Alrighty, and we're back. I filmed this 7 months ago? I don't know. I don't remember a single thing that's in this video anymore.
It could have been 7 days ago for all you people know.
Whoa, what the heck, Joey? What are you doing here?
How did I... Where was
Is it just you and me now?
No!
Whoa, Aiden's here too. Never mind. Okay, we're all here. We're all hanging out. We're all hanging out in person, not over Discord today, folks. This didn't get filmed for a while because we were just busy with other things, and it didn't happen. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember what's in this video. I think we go to the Bowser level. I think there's a water level. Whatever. It'll be a fun time.
It's all fresh to me because I have not played this game. When did it come out?
2007?
Oh, don't tell me that.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's so long
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm old.
That makes even me feel old.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, no, and then if you want to feel really old, this was filmed, and the part 3 of this series was... Part 3 of this series was filmed before the announcement of Mario 3D All-Stars for the Switch. I thought it would be really funny because if we were gonna film this a lot closer to then, and it was gonna be, oh, haha, in between the previous recording and this recording, the 3D All-Stars was announced and released. If we waited 3 more months, it would have been announced, released, and removed from existence. Because this is, I know I talked with you a little bit about this, Aiden, back at the time, and I almost made a video about it, and then I changed my mind because I realized, like, everybody's already talking about it, so I just did not really feel the need to...
kid.
I did not really feel the need to throw my my hat into the ring on it, really. But yeah, so 3D All-Stars was announced after the recording of the last part of this, with Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy all coming to the Nintendo Switch, but only until March of next year. Then Nintendo's delisting it as a celebration of Mario's 35th anniversary. Yay.
Woohoo.
Good stuff. I feel so celebrated.
They really celebrated it by removing all of the songs off YouTube and whatnot, copyright claiming it.
Yeah, absolutely. Did they make the soundtracks available for sale, though, Joey?
What? Why would they do that?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Just remove it. What was the post that I saw one time where it was like Nintendo? It's like, remember old game, don't play it, but remember
It's the dog that says, like, you know, like, play ball, no take, only...
No take, only throw.
Yeah, exactly. Photoshopped
No
for,
play, only remember.
Yeah, Photoshopped to be Nintendo holding old game. No play, only remember. But yeah, in between, yeah, so that was announced, and that game is... people figured out very quickly is basically just running on relatively simple emulation of Nintendo 64, GameCube, and Wii, you know, hardware inside of the Switch, to the point that there are glitches in the emulation that existed in, like, Dolphin Emulator, which is GameCube emulator.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that got fixed by modders 6 years ago that Nintendo did not bother to deal with.
But no, it's okay, though, because you're also not allowed to play on emulator. They're going to take that down, too, anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, technically, they can't actually cease and desist emulators. They can only cease and desist ROMs. Because it was established legally that emulators are fair competition. It was a court case that Nintendo lost, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, neat.
Look at you knowing your stuff.
Technically, the distribution of ROMs to play on those emulators is illegal, but they can't take down the emulators themselves, and there will always be new places that upload the ROMs.
That is true. Now I just need a computer I can run emulators on. Woohoo.
Well, no, Joey, then you'd have to download the ROMs, and that would be bad. You should.
Well, oh yeah, you're right. Absolutely. I would never.
Yeah, Mario 64 released on Switch. It was, I mean, I guess like on one hand, because it's the whole thing of video game preservation, right? It's such a problem because how do you play old stuff? On one hand, people complained about the game, like, you know, it was only in 4.3.
Are they that important, Jake? I'm sorry.
It's fine. Who cares? People talked about like, you know, that Mario 64 it was barely running in 4.3, right? Like you know, in emulators you can get it up to 1080, you know, and 16:9. It's like, on one hand, okay, but you could argue that this is preserving the original version of the game. You know, I mean, I think there's value in that, preserving the approximate, you know, original version of the game. But then they messed stuff up about it in the port, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Of course, then people talked about the So Long Gay Bowser and the
Yes.
truly lost.
not supposedly, that and also the backwards long jump glitch that we were talking about before this recording
Yes.
started.
Yes.
Were technically not in the Japanese re-release of it. That is what the emulation is based on. So it's not like they were removed specifically for the specifically removed for the collection. They just.
Well, I remember they even on
What is
the
happening
on the
sometimes
Wii
the gravity
release,
doesn't like it.
Yeah, on the Wii release of 64, it was back in the day. It was removed as well. Like that glitch was patched.
They don't
I
want
know
people to do
because
it.
I played it and I was trying my damnedest. I was like, why can't I do the thing like the speedrunners? And now I looked into it, I was like, oh, I just can't do that anymore.
They've removed it. It's gone. But will they let you backwards long jump at Super Nintendo Land?
They don't want you to, but they're not going to be able to stop me. I'm stronger than Miyamoto.
He'll try to get in the way. You were right. There are parts of that video that look like he's on a green screen. We were showing Aiden before this the walkthrough that good old
Shiggy
Shiggy
Diggy.
did. Shigeru Miyamoto did of the Nintendo World location at Universal Japan. Supposed to be open to correspond with the Olympics. That didn't happen. Wonder why.
Man, watching this, I kind of want to play it again.
You can go play it on the Switch, but you got to do it quick. It's
I know.
gonna be gone soon.
It's been so long since I've actually... I still have not played Odyssey. I have not played a Mario game in a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Of course, with Nintendo's current hot water, it's also kind of like, maybe I shouldn't.
Aiden, did you even have a Switch the last time we recorded this? I think you got that more recently than the last episode of this, didn't you?
No. Because we did this over the summer, and I got that in the spring.
I think we filmed the most recent episodes of this a bit more recently than that, but
More recently
you
than
got
spring.
but you got it in the spring, yeah.
Yeah.
So no, you did have it.
I did. Because I feel like we briefly talked about Animal Crossing.
Maybe we did, and I'm forgetting. Again, it's been a while since we filmed this.
It's been a... What got in the way was school for me, was it not?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
You were busy for a while. Then I also just was busy with. I was so behind on other YouTube stuff anyway. I was like, do I have time to edit an additional
Yeah, it was
video?
like every time I wasn't drowning in work, you had other things that were happening. I had life things.
But it's currently it's December, Christmas very soon. This is the If I release this fast enough, this can be the Christmas video. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Wahoo!
Yeah, you know, let's in fact, you know
Oh.
what? Let's say this is a Christmas video, and I'll just try to get it out within a week of filming, and we can
Add
it
a
can be the
Christmas jingle every now and then.
Yeah, like, I'll put a Santa hat on Mario in the thumbnail.
Wahoo!
Replace the Starbit sounds with jingle bells.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Retroactively do it again for. Start
Next-
playing the video again and just have it be the exact same but edited sound.
I mean, at
effect.
this rate, I might as well just go grab, it'd be faster for me to just grab a bell and jingle it every time than to do it in post.
That'll be my job. If I had thought of this, I
You should have
brought
just given
all
us
of the
all the
toys
bells, and
for
so we
me.
could just be doing it the entire time. Like all of us taking turns when somebody gets tired.
One of us can't hear him, though, because we don't believe in Santa Claus.
What?
Yeah. That's Polar Express.
Oh, I was like, when did this rule happen?
There's the magic bell at the ending of
magic
Polar
bell.
Express that you
Yeah.
can't hear unless you believe that Santa Claus is real.
Last time
I've forgotten about
I've never
that.
seen that movie from beginning to end, and the last time I had the
Really?
displeasure of seeing the movie visually was I was at a Speakeasy, and
What?
and
You're at a
they were playing it. Yeah.
What?
There are parts of the South where Prohibition is still going on, folks. You may not have known that.
It's funny because I don't drink. I was just there because their food is so damn good.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Is this the secret? Oh, I guess we
This
shouldn't.
is-
We shouldn't do it. This is the secret
I'll
speakeasy.
I'll tell you about it in a second.
Okay.
But for everybody, it's a speakeasy where
It's secret.
it's a secret speakeasy because you have to get by accident.
Well, Joey, we can't tell people about this. I'm gonna have to censor that out so nobody can find it. You just gave away the secret.
Well, they don't know. No, there's more secret to it. It's not actually. But don't worry.
I'm gonna have to censor all of this out. or else people are
I
gonna
It's
feel
go,
like
not
I
actually a
know what
beat.
you're talking about.
See,
Perhaps.
you've gone too far already.
Well, see, but I already know about it.
Exactly.
I already know about it, though.
Is she bluffing her way in, though? She's just trying to give you to give her more information.
Well, we'll talk about it after this video.
Yeah, well,
that's not Christmas related.
No.
But they were playing Polar Express there, and just had it on in the background.
Yeah, they have a little projector where they play movies and stuff.
Interesting.
Last time I saw it was just deja vu. Well, it was just Initial D memes of the train drifting on the ice. That's the only time I've interacted with the Polar Express in the last like 5 years.
I remember you sending me that actually.
Oh yeah, that was like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Gas, gas, gas! I'm gonna step on the gas as it vroom past the camera.
I think the only time I've seen a movie being played, like, in an adult setting, but it wasn't like a kids movie. It was Boondock Saints.
Oh my!
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's quite the movie for that.
They just had it on a loop because the bar was themed that way.
I remember seeing Polar Express in theaters.
Oh wow!
And I think I was moving around for some reason. I think I was there with a couple of different people, and some people wound up sitting
we need to state what was happening right there. I remember that being a problem I don't miss with the Wii. Of you trying to click it, and you would be clearly hovering to it, and then the detection would just stop.
Whoops, happens sometimes. I distinctly remember that for whatever reason, again, I think I was moving around during the screening. I wound up in the first row of that movie during the first person train going down the mountain sequence.
Oh.
That was a pretty wild experience.
I bet.
I clearly remember being young and seeing the commercials and going, I don't want to watch that. I don't like the way that kid looks.
I don't like how these people move.
I didn't know what Uncanny Valley was at the time, but I was feeling it. It was the self-preservation instinct going, I don't need to go near that.
We were talking about during this will come out before that conversation probably, but during the Uncharted 1 playthrough, you were talking about how apparently animals do not have the Uncanny Valley reaction to similar things of their
that
breed.
Humans do.
Which means that there's a built-in, in the same way that certain animals have built-in fears of certain predators, but we have a built-in fear of things that look like ourselves, which implies that somewhere in nature there is a human-like predator that we need to be afraid of.
Actually, update to that a little bit.
Oh yeah,
because
update before people hear the actual story.
Well, this is all hearsay. There's nothing really to back this up.
Sure.
This was a fun little theory that I saw somebody talking about. It's like we have found skeleton remains of things that are not Homo sapiens, other humanoids from back in ye olden times, and it's like, wow! It's like there's a good chance that there is a chance that we just there's signs of like warfare related injuries in the like skeletons. So it's like we could have just been at war with them, or we could have just hunted them down to extinction, and that's where the instinct came from.
Who knows?
Interesting.
Wow. I'm not an expert, though. I'm just some guy who plays video game.
We do that sometimes. Not always, but sometimes, occasionally. It takes us a while, sometimes 6 months. It took us about 6 months to finish the Jedi Fallen Order playthrough.
That's fine. It's like when it was there, we were going through it. It's just big breaks. So whatever.
Sometimes you have to take time off for these things.
Listen, we did pretty good for.
People were making big fun of you during the comments for previous episodes of this, saying Aiden is getting stressed out at the least get stressed out worthy game. Impossible, Mario Galaxy, impossible to get stressed out by. Aiden finds a way. Watching other people play
Me over here with my heavy breathing.
I don't know. Nintendo games are pretty good at that because it's like you. I was watching Vinesauce Vinny playing a Yoshi game, and it's like he was constantly getting stressed out. He's like, "This is baby game. Why can I not do this?"
I really think why it stresses me out is because I'm so bad at platforming.
It could also be because you're not in control, so you don't have any faith that the person on screen is going to perform
like
well.
Me hitting
it's kind of hard to have faith early
when I'm in the passenger seat.
You finally made it. Welcome to Super Mario Land and Universe. You had to brave many challenges to get here.
Like that warp tube.
Or COVID.
See, you made it through the COVID-infested warp tube. Did you touch all the blocks on the way here, Mario? That was my biggest trap of all. It's very unfortunate they decided to build a theme park all around touching things in the year that they did.
It really is. Oh no.
So yeah, the gimmick with this boss fight is you have to get him to land on the big blue pools, which expose. Looks like some kind of fusion going on down there and lava inside that burns his butt, and then you have the opportunity to actually attack him. But
so how do you control where he jumps?
He jumps at where you are, so you have to be standing close enough to one that he jumps in your trajectory, and then you get out of the way at the last second.
Interesting.
Bowser, come back here.
He's still running with his booty.
Yeah.
Oh, you hit him.
And then you knock him over like that, and then you launch him, and that's how you do. You have to do that to him 3 times or whatever. It's always 3 times in Nintendo games.
Third
So
time's the
long.
charm.
Do you have to ride the rides at Nintendo Land 3 times to be able to leave?
Ooh, I don't
There's
know.
only 2
You
rides.
have to pay
so it means
3
you gotta do one. You
times.
have to pay 3 times. That's fine too. They're gonna have to make up for the loss of revenue this year. Everybody's gonna have to pay 3 times to get in. That's gonna make up for it, hopefully.
No, we talked about how in the port, how they removed some of the sound bites like "So Long, Gay Bowser," but what we hadn't talked about is about recently how they were able to rip the clean audio files of.
Yeah, so a
64
while
games.
ago, basically all the source files for a ton of Nintendo 64 games got leaked, including Mario 64, Star Fox 64, a bunch of stuff. Which meant people were pulling, because like all the sound files that were in those were generally pretty poorly compressed because they were running on N64. So while obviously music and stuff people had done clean rips of, a lot of sound design, including voice samples, which are the highest detail because they're not running on a soundboard, they're actual recordings.
Right.
People ripped clean samples of. So there was clean samples of all of Mario's dialogue from 64, but the real treasure trove was all the dialogue from Star Fox 64. All of the team banter and the talking back and forth during that and whatnot.
I wonder if they did it for Donkey Kong. I was texting you about how for some reason.
Ooh, banana.
Oh, banana. So Donkey Kong 64 is a game I played a lot as a kid, but not an absurd amount.
Stop,
But it's
battery.
like-
Go away. You were dead months ago. You're fine now.
But it's like, for some reason, 64 is a game where it's like, I can clearly remember so many sound effects from that game. It's like, those sound effects have always stayed with me.
Burned into your brain.
Donkey Kong's noises in that game are incredible. Not just him, but the whole crew. The whole DK crew.
All right, it's time for this thing to join the collective back on Rosalina's starship.
I really love the observatory from this game. It's probably my favorite.
Yes,
hub.
we've talked a lot about it. Because it is neat.
Beautiful, but also I like space. And this came out at a time when I was still young and was still like, oh yes, I still love space.
What if they made a dinosaur Mario game though? There's dinosaurs for a couple of seconds in Odyssey.
Yeah,
Joey.
but it's not a dino game though. That's the thing.
Joey has a lifelong quest of trying to find a good dinosaur game, but there aren't any.
No, Ark's okay.
Ark Survival.
Ark Survival is alright. It's buggy, and I don't really like that genre too much, but I've had fun with it.
Soon Vin Diesel's gonna be in it, apparently.
Apparently.
Good lord.
Also, the fact that it's getting a sequel, it's like, I was like, oh, neat. And then I was looking at the community, and everybody was just screaming, fix the current one!
Sometimes you gotta move on.
There's
Sometimes
a
you gotta make
kid
more
in
money.
it.
Sometimes you gotta make more money. Oh, I've rescued another Grand Star. Power has been restored to another dome in the back of the observatory, which I was able to jump to before anyway.
Oh yeah, I
let me go
remember that.
there. We still don't have the star power. We need to fly the observatory through the universe. You need to go and get more clout, Mario. You need more star power.
Didn't they find that she is like absurdly tall?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's like
Well,
7 foot something.
Mario's short, but she's like 10 feet taller than him.
Because
Queen.
of the Luma, the height of the Luma.
Is that what they based the calculation on?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Have you guys? I probably not, because I think I'm the only.
What is it? Well, we don't need to go. We don't need to say specific ages, whatever. Also,
I'm the
all
youngest
those,
here.
yes, you are the youngest here. That is correct. We've made fun of you for that before.
Yes. So I think I may be the only one on TikTok, I presume.
Oh no.
That's correct.
Okay. There's a guy that measures people, and gets incredibly close based off of the weirdest calculations.
I love doing
So
that.
the only one that I've seen, which is how I found out that apparently this is a trend. Because despite the fact that I am there, I am not there often. It's mostly because I get sent things and I was tired of not being able to view them.
That's fair. That is acceptable.
So the only one that I've seen was a chick that, apparently her brand is eating cup noodles, and so he measured.
That's her brand.
He measured her height based on,
On the cup.
her ratio to the cup noodle.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And got and was only like an eighth of an inch off.
Goodness gracious.
It's
The,
freaking ridiculous.
God, when you said that her brand is eating cup noodles, I just saw, Joey, have you seen the Brian David Gilbert video of him talking about building your online brand?
No, I
We're gonna have
not.
to take a break after this video and watch that. It's short. Hugh Brandity. I'm here to help you build your internet brand.
Mario.
I'm Miltoad.
I wish I
No
could.
letters right now.
I've talked about this before where it's like, I wish I could do impersonations in games. I really wish I could make the Toad screeches. It's like... 'cause
Aiden
that-
gave a pretty good Toad screech in one of these previous videos.
Oh
Give me
boy.
your Toad voice, Aiden. Oh, no, you read this one.
See, now that the pressure's on, I don't feel like I'm gonna be able to. Then you can use the Down's vision to peer into space and maybe find Bowser's whereabouts!
Oh my God, Toad's here.
Oh no. Maybe they should hire you to do the Toad voice for the Canopio Cafe.
Yeah, for the English version of the restaurant. I'm Chef Toad.
No, we were watching that video and I was talking about how much I hate that he has an actual voice and it's not just screeches
Yes!
with dialogue bubbles at the bottom.
Squish! Why is Squish the leader?
He wants to kill. I think Yellow One secretly wants to kill the leader. I think is his deal. I think that's his character trait. Is he resents the leader for getting. He resents Captain Toad for getting them into trouble.
Seems right.
They didn't call. He didn't have a problem. Like they only briefly call him Captain. He's like, I'm the Toad Captain. I don't think he was Captain Toad in this game yet. I don't think he was
That
yet.
didn't come out for a while.
Captain
after
Toad
this
wasn't
game.
until Wii U.
Yeah, you're right.
He wasn't formally Captain. Maybe he was Captain Toad in the second Mario Galaxy game, but he wasn't formally like this is I am this guy and you can play as me until Mario 3D World, and then he had his own game later. Bedroom is in the back. Kitchen is off to the right. Okie dokie. Only one bedroom, huh? Maybe the stars don't have to sleep.
Just the one.
I guess it wouldn't make sense if stars slept, because would they just like be glowing bright the whole time? Maybe they're all
Luma's
still,
existence is so weird in this game.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, here's this happy little childlike thing. I'm gonna go die and create a planet. I don't know, I watched...
Well, when you put it that way.
I mean, but that's what happens. That's absolutely what happens. Rosalina's storybook in this game is like where she's telling them stories, and it's just like the history of this whole thing.
Okay, wait, hang on. Go. You can't go back.
I know I
We're
can't.
recording.
This is the problem with why I wanted to be able to do stuff live with you, but it's difficult to do over distances. So.
There was something that I didn't know what it was, like in the wall with the forks and stuff.
It's a kitchen.
We'll probably walk past again, so just be on the
Okay.
lookout for it next time, and we'll try to sneak a peek.
Okay. We'll do.
It doesn't seem to be like it seems like there's pretty limited options in this kitchen. There's one big stove, a sink, and then a couple of
Oh.
pans off to the side.
That
by
being
a
said, do they
countertop.
even need to eat? They eat star bits,
Yeah.
but they don't cook them, do they? Is Rosalina the only one that needs to eat, even though she's like immortal?
I was freaking out, going yeah, because I got a water level.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, woohoo!
Is one of the ones in this game where you're just like on a manta ray for the entire thing?
Yeah, we did that. And there's several
Oh.
levels like that. We did the tutorial manta ray level in one of the previous.
I remember
episodes of this.
struggling very heavily with one of them, but these are all old world memories of Joey.
I really like the atmosphere and mood of the water levels in this game, though. The ones that are just the big stream of water in outer space that you have to ride the manta ray along are kind of a different story. But the ones where you just kind of get to swim
Yeah.
around are fun. There's
They're
this
so
one.
neat.
There's this one, and then there's one that's a big loop of water that goes between different islands. That's one of my favorite levels in this whole game, but we do not get there in the course of this series because this is the final episode of the of our Mario Galaxy ramble.
It's
And
so
now-
pretty.
Still playing the weave. Oh, look, it's the tree from Destiny Islands.
Oh my goodness.
Is that the whole reason you came over?
Yeah, precisely. That's exactly why I'm over here. See, check it out. That's where Sora and Riku, Kairi, and sit, and also in that one dream sequence from 358 Days Over 2, Roxas, Axel, and Shion sit there because that way they could put it in trailers and promotional material and make people go, what the heck? They go to Destiny Islands? And then you play the game, it's just a dream sequence
You know,
that lasts for 5
I
seconds.
miss the times where I miss the old days where you would have said that sentence and I wouldn't have been able to comprehend a word of it.
the old days. The before times.
Ask us penguins.
We're
friendly. Yeah, and then you got blasted out of existence because you're creative characters. You can't exist in Mario.
Nope.
God, you think that even like, because I mean, remember the Penguin Town in Mario story, the original Paper Mario exists because there were penguins in Mario 64, right? And you'd think that like, you know, at least generic penguins and generic guys from Odyssey would be allowed to show up in Paper Mario, but they're still not allowed. Even in Origami King, they don't have that stuff. His little armband.
Yeah, because that's how they keep track of penguins at zoos too.
It's a double meaning.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I can't see a penguin anymore without thinking about Grape Coon, the best penguin to ever live in real life.
Grape Coon?
Yeah, Grape Coon was I know I've talked about it before, but he was the there was a zoo in Japan, and they had a promotion with some anime called Kimono Friends, where all the characters from it were just personifications of animals.
Okay.
And they would put little cutouts, and it's like, you know, this is a serval, so in the serval exhibit, we're gonna have a little cutout, whatever. There was one for a penguin in the penguin exhibit. There was a penguin named Grape Coon who, like, when that happened recently, like, his mate had broken up with him and gone for another penguin, and he was super sad and depressed and, like, bonded with that cutout. And they ended up, it's like they took the cutout away because the promotion was over, and he stopped eating and stopped moving. He just sat there. He was so sad. So they brought it back, and he spent every day with that thing until he died.
That is so cute.
And to this day, they removed it. They removed it after he died, and it was replaced. The official artist drew that character and Grape Coon, like on one thing, and that's still in the exhibit.
Oh, that's a little bit sad. He fell in love with an anime waifu and he didn't realize.
It made him happy,
You know
though.
what? You know what? That waifu never hurt him.
No.
I guess not.
That waifu never hurt him.
It's
Oh,
true,
what
I
is?
guess.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Don't worry about
so
that.
What are those?
Those are eels.
I don't like them.
They were like, hey, remember in 64 how we had just this horrifying eel? Just make a new one that's also horrifying.
I don't like it.
I forgot that Mario can just drown.
It happens.
It's okay.
This actually.
You can also run out of battery. What if you ran out of battery while you were down here? Then you can swim and get out.
Whoopsie.
What were you gonna say, Aiden?
The air honestly has been the least stressful part of it for me.
Yeah.
The meter does not move very super quickly.
But see, my brain is wired where it's like, it does not matter how generous it is. It's like, as long as that meter is there, I'm scared. If there's a meter there and there's a time limit, goodness. Time limit is the reason why when I was young, it took me so long to beat Sonic Adventure 2, because I just kept doing the hero campaign, because the other campaign, you had to do that Rouge level where it's like, do this in 5 minutes. I was like, oh God, I don't want to do this, I'm stressed.
That stuff. The only time that ever really messed with me when I was a kid, I think I've talked about, was Pikmin and like the 30-day time
yeah,
limit.
no, Pikmin was, oof.
After I botched like 2 runs in a row or something on a level, I was like, well, now I can't beat the game. I thought sinking more time into it would not be a good investment.
Man, that's a game I would like to get again.
Pikmin?
Yes.
There's I think they released 3 on the Switch recently, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they never did re-release. They did the re-release on Wii, and they never put that out on Wii U or Switch, unfortunately.
3 is just a beautiful game.
I don't like that guy.
I think it's the eyes pointing forward, because you don't see that a lot with sea creatures.
Yeah, like I don't even know that the teeth really bother me. I do think it is the eyes. I mean, the teeth don't help, but
Eyes forward means it's a
they
predator.
don't help. They don't contribute.
they don't make it any better. But it could be worse, I guess. I don't know.
All to get just up here, huh?
Yeah. Well, we couldn't
little
get up here
bunny.
otherwise.
Flippy
Hey
boy.
there.
What do you want from me? He's gonna tell me that if I want to grab something up high, spin after I jump. Three domes into the game. I don't even need to jump. I can just do my backflip, idiot. You don't know nothing about nothing.
Why'd you do that to the Wiggler? He was just minding
He
his
was
own
in my
business.
way. I needed to pick up the musical note.
Oh man, Nintendo. Never forget when Nintendo accidentally tweeted they were like, it's Wiggler Monday, but they missed the L in it.
Oh, I had to think about it. Oh man.
Oh, Nintendo.
Oh man.
That happened? I don't even remember that one.
It happened a while back.
I don't even remember that incident.
Wahoo.
The Wahoo speedrunner man himself.
Oh God.
What?
Oh
Oh,
jeez.
I didn't go fast enough. That has a time limit.
I didn't
Yeah.
know it did.
It was tick-talking in the background. Here, I'll turn it up for a second.
Did you get the
Oh, I hear the tick-tock.
I got the one up the first time, yeah.
oh, okay.
Do you even need this? Couldn't you just, like, kick jump off the wall?
Probably. I didn't attempt that, though.
I'm glad you didn't. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe I would have been less nervous about that.
Probably would have been. There would have been no stakes. But there's no stakes in that one either. You fall just onto the ground again.
See, he's telling you. Use
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
No, he wants me to use this to generate walls.
Oh.
You could probably do a backflip wall kick up to get to the top. That would probably work, but... No secrets in there? Ah, well. How did these things get inside these giant crystals? We saw toads get trapped inside crystals at the beginning of this game.
They said it was something that Bowser did, I think.
Well, we saw toads get trapped at the beginning of the game with cannons that the ships were firing. Also, did you notice that when the camera turned, when the crystal was broken, it was still registering Mario as being viewed through the crystal, so he had turned into a crystalline being?
Ooh,
did you notice that for like a half a
notice.
second?
No, I definitely didn't.
Oh.
Sorry.
I saw that.
Whoa.
That was Joshua pulled something up on his phone, and I guess an Xbox ad started.
Wahoo.
Ah, well. My high score was updated with 8 coins.
Oh,
And
a
I guess
whole
I
8
I guess I
coins.
sat here for a few seconds, but that's okay. Whatever.
New Galaxy.
Whoa.
What a fun game.
Yeah, we talked about the progression in this
A
game
library?
is oh yeah, some people hate the library for some reason. I don't understand why people had such a vitriolic reaction to this. I don't know if you remember. Some people like thought this was just the worst, the absolute most garbage thing in the whole game.
The library?
Yeah, the optional story content that you can completely ignore and still see everything else. Also, I did that butt dive in the wrong spot.
The library is just for the storybooks. isn't
Exactly.
it?
And
Yeah,
people
what's
thought
wrong
that
with that?
I don't know.
I love those.
I don't know. People hated it.
The storybook, it's like when you're a kid and you're playing, you're like, oh, that's kind of sad. And then, like, you're older and you're playing it and you're, like, on the verge of tears. It's like in this
Miserable.
Mario game.
Of course, we won't get far enough to get to any of the actually sad stuff today.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I imagine you are.
The Celestial Duo.
Yeah, this is just Rosalina reading, like, a storybook to all the little
But it's
little babboos.
the implication is that it's her backstory.
Yes.
It's also the only game theory MatPat video I've ever watched was breaking this down. That was the only time I've ever watched one of his videos. Story begins with a long time ago with a young girl. One day, this girl spotted a rusted spaceship holding a small star child.
Aw, it's sad.
I remember the guy who wrote this, I want to say he was like the co-director on this or something, put it together, and he wanted to like actually publish it as a children's book
I
or
would
something.
love that.
And I don't think it quite happened. What is your
It
name?
could've,
Are you
though.
lost? I'm Aluma, and I'm waiting for my mama. She's coming for me on a comet, said the star child, who had been waiting day and night. How long has it been here? How long did it take her to see this spaceship? You would have noticed it sooner. Maybe it parked.
mean, you
Maybe
think
she parked
that.
it really far away, ways away from her house. I'll wait with you. You may be waiting for a while. The building's already been waiting here for a little bit, but that's okay. I guess you can do whatever you want to do.
That's really cute art, the little pinky promise. I like that way better than like the basic white girl like pinky tattoo that people get.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She just
Congratulations.
just
Oh, no.
demonstrated it, and I hadn't seen it before either. But she just demonstrated what it would look like, and I threw up just a little bit, just a tiny bit.
I cannot tell you how many girls I know with that exact tattoo right here.
Oh, boy.
That's where it goes. It goes right here.
Tell the audience what you're pointing to, because
Your ankle. Your
There
ankle.
we go. The little girl sighed and said to the Luma, "If we stay here looking much longer, I'll be an old lady soon." But then she had an idea. Why don't we go out there and find your mother ourselves?
Aww.
Proactive. I like it.
Take initiative. That's a strong female character right there is what that is, ladies and
Absolutely.
gentlemen. This is what this generation needed.
She don't need nobody. Look at that. She's just like,
They
yeah, we're gonna
fixed
do
the
it.
spaceship themselves.
How did they do that?
Look at this.
How is she familiar with that alien technology?
You know
She's
what?
just-
Because she is a.
You're trying to find something. You're
I'm
gonna
trying not to swear.
I knew you were trying to go with that, and I was like, you're not gonna. Let's try not to do that. That should do it for today. I don't think I unlock another one before the ending of this session, so unfortunately we won't be seeing any more of that.
They're on
Sorry,
YouTube.
folks.
You
Yeah,
you can find it.
absolutely.
You can find it and listen to the nice music. I like the music that plays when she's reading it.
Yeah, people throwing a hissy fit over this in 2007 is the most 2007.
It's so cute though. What
You
is wrong
know.
with this?
No, ew, icky. Video
so
games.
wholesome.
Video games. Why doesn't Mario have an assault rifle?
It's so
don't know.
wholesome.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
you
enough of that.
got
I just
the
want to pop
white
that menu
jacket.
open for a second to say, because I forgot what the menu and the animations looked like.
It's cute.
That's all, though.
I like the little
Outta
chair
here.
too.
It's great.
It's so peaceful.
I think I would get a little bit old of all of the rooms in this place being round and having one way in and out, though. I feel like it would start. I don't know. I feel like some of those rooms, like they look cozy, but I get the feeling that eventually it might start to feel a little bit claustrophobic.
All right. Those right there. Yeah, those.
Bottles?
Yep. The
Is that
ones
what
you
that
went
is?
back to. I don't know what those are.
They look like wine bottles or something.
See, they don't. To me, they look like the little canisters. That have like compressed air in them.
Oh, like a CO2 canister?
Yeah.
I don't think you'd need that for a kitchen, though.
You for making whipped cream.
Who knows what they're making up
Maybe.
here? Who knows what they're making up here, man? They're out in outer space. They got all kinds of things we don't know about.
Mr. White, how do we find our way over here?
We need to cook, Jesse, in outer space. It's the only place where we can get the temperatures right.
He gets the star bits and comes up with an idea. How many you got?
Oh
Hey,
wow.
just enough.
Just enough.
As long as I don't miss. I gotta keep that aim real steady.
He's so big.
He's stuffed. He's very happy. Now he's gonna go die.
Maybe he's conscious.
His-
Maybe the planet
his
is conscious and
purpose fulfilled.
exists.
The drip drop galaxy. Oh.
Alright, that's fine. Let's go.
Maybe that's how he becomes a god.
I don't think he's a god. I think he's
Go
just
beast
that
A
planet. over
god
there, just
of.
hanging
Well,
out.
no, he created a whole galaxy. He's a god.
Yeah,
of
but
that
galaxies
galaxy.
Galaxies in Mario Galaxy are a cluster of planets.
Yeah.
It's inaccurate.
Ew, there's more of them.
It's a giant eel outbreak.
I
There's
don't
a bunch
like.
of them.
Oh, we got an old man penguin now.
If he showed up in
Mr.
if
Miyagi
he showed up in a
penguin.
Paper Mario game, the game would get canceled.
Yeah.
Miyamoto would walk in and say, "What is this?" But Mr. Miyamoto, this was in a game that you said was okay.
He'd
Shut
pull
up.
out his master sword and stab the guy. Make an
I am
example
not.
out of
I
him.
am not Link, but I know him.
Grin gills.
Giant Gringill's been terrorizing the waters lately. Can you help us? Nah, I could think about it.
No.
What's in it for me?
Gobble us up. Oh no. But
Nasty.
Mario's about the same size as you guys, though. Get your batteries.
He's got more skill though. Mario's got more skill.
Those guys
Why'd
don't
you
care, though.
jump on?
I was trying to talk to him.
Grandpa's getting old.
Thanks.
That's all he has to say.
Hey, Grandpa.
No implication, just
Ever
Grandpa's
since
getting
those
old.
big eels showed up, I didn't read the rest of it.
We can't
because
catch
I'm
any
too
fish.
Old. A repeatedly to do a breaststroke. You swim with a shell, use Z to brake.
You didn't pick up the shell?
I didn't. I'm talking to these penguins first, and the camera makes it a little bit uncomfortable.
They should not be
sometimes.
safe here.
Yeah, there's acting like they can't get in the water because of the eels, but then there's people in the water right here.
They're right next to the islands. Maybe the eels can't get that close.
They can't fit in between these two little.
Yeah, exactly. Even though one literally just swam underneath him a second ago.
That's
fine.
fine.
It's fine. It's like what I told. Okay. A long time ago, I used to live in a house that had a swimming pool in the backyard, and we had some friends of the family stay with us for a time. And friends of the family, there were 3 brothers, and the oldest brother and I convinced the youngest brother that during Shark Week, Animal Planet put sharks in everybody's pool.
That's a really high level promotion.
Yeah. And this was plausible because we had like gotten the pH slightly off in the pool, so we had to like put baking soda in it to fix it, and it was like cloudy, so you couldn't see the bottom of the deep end.
Oh no.
And we were like, yeah,
That's where
there's
he's at.
100% a shark in the pool. You can't get in there. It's gonna get you, because we were fed up with him and did not want him to be outside and have to supervise him. And so of course we got in massive trouble because he started crying and was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get eaten by this shark that Animal Planet has
He's
put in
not
the
gonna
pool.
get eaten as long as he stays out in the pool, daggone.
And we were like, oh no, because of the pressure and they're used to living in the ocean, it can't come into the shallow end. So you're safe if you stay in the shallow end because it needs the water pressure of the deep end.
Incredible.
So that's how these eels work. They can't come to the surface.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Because of the water pressure, to explain where I got to this train of thought.
I really like that these bullet bills are little torpedoes in this.
Mm-hmm. But if those were in a Paper Mario game, we get
They
canceled.
would- Well, I don't know if they were just an enemy type. Would it get canceled?
Maybe, I don't know. Honestly, they don't even have a ton of. I think the craziest it got in Origami King was that there were a couple of Goombas who had like geisha outfits on.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, there's the place where you went that was Asia Land.
It's pretty fancy.
Yeah, pretty fancy.
Oh, you got him good. I didn't pay attention to. I was telling my story and I didn't pay attention to how the.
No, it's fine. It's like Mario Kart. The red ones are seeking, and the green ones are straight shots. So the green ones are a little bit harder, but the red ones you just you have to have the little spotlight generally pointed at it. And
Okay.
It has headlights in the front, and if you hit the brakes, it actually has little red brake lights that
That's
show
so
up.
cute. I'll have to watch for that.
All right,
now.
new game theory. Okay.
Okay.
This is new game theory. So
Bad job.
the penguins actually are just racist and wanted to get rid of those guys. Now,
possible.
Hear me out. all
Maybe
right?
they weren't even attacking them, right?
They weren't attacking them, and we saw in the other area where like the penguins were not complaining about those guys, even though there were 2 or 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
Well,
And
those
they're like,
ones were
oh-
in caves.
But they were still,
they were
there.
contained.
But they could leave if they wanted to, and these guys were like, "Oh my goodness! As I'm in the water, we are in danger. They're going to eat us. Go kill these
Yeah,
guys."
that's what Joey's getting at, because those guys were staying in their cave. The penguins weren't concerned about them. But if they were out sharing the surf, they didn't like it so much. Well, Joey, you may not be too far off there. We could have just helped out with. We could
Hire
have
me,
helped
Matt
out with
Pat.
a real. Yeah. Why
See,
not?
Here I was when he said the thing about has little brake lights. I thought we were gonna get into the whole like cars are
Oh, no.
people. Cars are the evolution
Oh,
of
no.
the human species thing.
Oh, there's plenty of videos about
Oh, I haven't.
that. but-
I never bothered to dive into any of that because I just was not interested.
It wasn't really like a
I
something
know, I know.
dove into. It was just something that was forced upon me, and I've not been able to recover from.
I think I've gaslit myself with something because I swear that I remember a deleted like concept video from Cars about Lightning McQueen waking up in like the shell of Mater's like truck, and it being a thing where it's like these are just shells and the beings are inside.
Well,
But I've never been able to find that again.
Oh, I don't like that.
the Tokyo short where Mater has to get modified to do a Tokyo drift street race and the loser has to become stock implies that is the stakes are because the guy who loses, he's a tricked out streetcar, and it turns out when he loses the race, he has to be reduced to his stock format, and he's just like a he's just like a really crappy cheap 4-door Japanese town car. So yeah, that would imply that these guys do extremely heavy body modification essentially, but that they are still what they are. They are still those beings on the inside.
But it's like, but are they car or are they like a slab of meat using the car as an exoskeleton?
It's hard to say for sure.
See, the what I'm thinking of like implies that they are a slab of meat inside an exoskeleton, like a crab or not a crab, but you know what I mean.
like a turtle.
Yeah, kind of. Except, well, turtles can't leave their shell. But I guess that also
Like
implied
a
that they're not
snail,
supposed to
or-
leave.
No, crabs. Hermit crabs.
Yeah, they molt. They're fine.
Hermit crabs don't. they
Lobsters.
steal
Lobsters. That's the
shells.
thing. Because I remember there was a meme a few.
Just say RoboCop.
No, there was, 'cause there was a meme a few months back where it was like lobsters like only die when they get like when they stop being able to molt their shell. And it's like, well, let's just get one lobster and help it molt its shell and like make it become a god. Like make it become a few hundred years old and just like the size of a bus.
Yeah.
I
But
don't like that.
I love the idea of that.
No.
I, for one, welcome the crustacean damnation.
I mean, I like that in terms of like seafood.
So, yeah,
Like,
Price was talking about crab macaroni the other day, and I was like, man, I don't like seafood, but I bet that'll be
that
alright.
seems.
I've heard a lot of people say it's good.
I can see it being good, but I can't say I ever would have been like, I'm gonna mix macaroni and cheese and crab.
I have never had crab. I've always had a seafood aversion, though. But I'm trying to branch out. I had food here. I had fish here for the first time, like, in 20 years, maybe.
So my mother made you eat fish.
She made me eat fish, and I thought, this is
What
not so bad.
type of fish?
It was salmon, wasn't it?
Probably salmon.
I like salmon.
I think it was salmon.
I don't care for white fish. I do like Like,
Wow, racist.
Wow, yeah.
I was gonna say it, but I was like, no.
But like even
Low hanging fruit.
Oh, sorry, you know me, Joey. I have to. Sometimes I have to take these shots because I'm no good otherwise.
even like just like regular like battered
Ah!
fish sticks and whatever.
You did that on purpose.
I don't even remember. I don't remember a single thing.
Are you controlling?
Yeah, you have to use the pointer to
see.
blow
You're
air to
gonna
control
blow-
the movement
I
of the
gotcha.
bubble, and boy oh boy is this level not my big favorite.
Oh,
To be
man.
fair, I was filming and I got
Oh, what?
pretty. That doesn't pop it. That's fine. You have to press something
Oh.
actually spiky to be popped. To be fair, I was being pretty impatient probably because I was trying to film a video, but boy, did I not have a good time with this level. But that's okay. Who cares?
There is I know it's not going to get covered in this, but there's one of those like EX toughness levels later on in the game where it's you're in the bubble and you're having to grab to get yourself to the other bubbles.
Yeah.
But it's specifically like a hard mode level, and I remember being younger and it taking me like 2 hours to beat that.
And
say
the only
me
thing,
being
the only
younger,
thing that
like,
can
I'm any
pop you
better
is those
now.
little bombs there. The actual, the just general stonework can't do much to you.
Lamp
You're fine.
oil.
Oh no!
Bombs.
They're yours, my friend. As long as you have enough rubies. But I mean, we were talking about the Nintendo theme park earlier.
yeah.
I was merciful.
Whoa.
We just skipped through some of this.
It sucks that you got all 5 the first time and then
Yes. Absolutely. We were talking about the theme park earlier because it's like I was before they showed that video, they talked about it having like interactive elements or whatever, but we'd only seen overhead shots and like. So Joey and I are kind of theme park fan aficionado type
You're
thing.
the aficionado, I'm the fan.
Well,
I like.
no. I mean, I think I'd say we're both. Like, but my point is, I'm not that much of an. I mean, I've only really been the same places that you've been. Like, it's not like we've
fair.
gone all over the place. We've both been to Disney World and Universal and like a handful of others.
Yeah.
But my point is that we like these types of things. We think about it. We talk about them sometimes. Aiden, I know you went to Disney World for. I guess it wasn't the first time in your life, but the first time in your like cognizant adult life a
Yeah.
couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And you didn't get to go to Universal. I know you were upset because you had to skip out on Harry Potter and whatnot because of that. But
Because I'm one of those nerds.
Don't worry, I've got those nerds in my friend group now, and I've been learning about the Harry Potters a little bit, but not
The
really.
Harry Potter.
well, of course, recently Harry Potter's kind of been mired in a whole bunch of other stuff.
yeah,
but
Oh yeah.
I can
We don't talk
separate.
about that.
I can separate the IP from the creator. Ah!
sometimes when you press things that aren't spiky, it doesn't like it. I don't know. Not to get into a whole J.K. Rowling discussion, because anybody who's like, I can't do it anymore, it's like I totally get it. If you're just, I'm out, I can't do it anymore. I can't go anywhere near that IP anymore, even if it was special to them when they were younger or whatever. Like, I totally get it. But I'm just like, my thought process is kind of like, how do I put this? For most of my, like, I feel like the first time that I heard somebody say Lovecraftian was in like probably 2007, and for like a long time, people have been like, oh man, Lovecraft's work, the aesthetics, the characters. People like try to talk about I'm glad that like his work is influencing horror now. We're getting all this stuff in there. Blah blah. He was a huge racist and an asshole, and people still read like his original work and use his characters and stuff. Right now, it's important. It's important to confront some of the themes in his writing and his life, and that like the HBO series Lovecraft Country or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Is very intentionally. Kind of going against a lot of his ideas.
Oh yeah.
But like, people still, can look at and enjoy and respect some of the stuff that he worked on, and it's like I don't want to. Let me put it this way: I don't want to. What am I going to be allowed to like Harry Potter after J.K. Rowling is dead?
Yeah.
Right? It's like I can dislike her and still enjoy that. I'm not upset at anybody who's skipping out on the entire thing now, but. Especially because obviously there are people who are. I'm also, I'm a privileged cis-het white male, so this type of stuff doesn't, impact me nearly as heavily, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me to say that, and I can acknowledge that.
That one up right there, that's a scam.
Yeah, no, I don't waste my time on that in the future. Though I hit a couple more of these
That
on the
is
way. Oh, I did
too
waste my time on
risky.
it one more time to try and I guess make up for my previous deaths, and it didn't go so well. Whatever. Nah, it's fine.
You're
because
on land.
You
You're
get
on
well, yeah,
land.
because you get popped over land, so it's totally fine. Unless you almost long jump into the tar again, like I just did there, because I was trying to do the backflip and I screwed up. But that's okay. Whatever. But no, the at Universal they're putting in all that Nintendo stuff, and it's like I was really concerned because for me the theme parks can get messy if they're way too like tight and claustrophobic and closed in.
Yeah.
And like too. because I was looking at all the overhead shots and concept art and renders they were showing of the Mario Land, and it's like, this is like, it looks like it's a small box that is so aggressively themed that it's like, I feel like you're just gonna get like sensory overload of things walking and coins moving.
Yeah.
And you're gonna walk in, I burped a little there, excuse me. You're gonna walk in and look around, and you'll have taken in the entire lay of the land in 30 seconds, and then like, what is there? Is this gonna get obnoxious and tiring, like really fast, was kind of my concern. But the interactive elements I texted you, Joey, I was like, I should be saying, wow, these interactive elements are really cool, not, oh, these interactive elements might save the park.
Pad the park out.
Yeah. Might actually make this theming tolerable if it's all like interactive stuff.
It's kind of like Avatar Land in Disney World, where it's like...
I thought you were talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I was like, where's an Avatar theme park? And I was like, oh, right, of course, yeah, Blue Man Group.
I need to preface this by saying, like, I don't care all about for the movie or anything, but aesthetically, I absolutely love it. But
you've been there, haven't you, Aiden?
No.
Did you go to? No, you okay? All right. That's fine.
it's like
I have a friend that did and sent me some
That's
pictures.
right. You told me. That's. I remember that now.
it's
yeah.
like I love.
Oh, it's Luigi.
There he is. Hello, Mario.
Hello, Mario. We're going to teach you about the human reproductive system today.
I absolutely love the
little
look of that
paisano.
place, but it's like there's not much there to it. It's like I really visually liked it, but then it was like I'm done after a few minutes of being there.
Isn't there like parts of the floor that are like you step on it and it's like it's supposed to look bioluminescent or whatever? I remember them talking about that in the concept. Like if you went there at night, that there are certain walkways that if you stepped on them, they lit up.
I think so. Yeah.
I
spent most of my time there during the day, and then I just went back and revisited it at night. And it's bigger than what Nintendo Land looks like, but
It wasn't open when I went there.
Gotcha.
okay.
I haven't been to any of that stuff in quite some time. So, did you say you love this?
Yes.
How did I predict that Aiden would love this level? How could I have called this?
This is the little pumpkin boys at the beginning. This is my jam right here.
And then at the end of this video, you're going to go to your save file where you've collected every star and can play as Luigi, right?
That's correct. That's exactly what's going to happen at the ending of this video. It's not just going to end unceremoniously. It's not just going to stop without anything special happening or even like a special... That looks like it should be the way to a secret room, but it isn't, I don't think. It really looks like you should be able to push that out of the way.
There may be like another like variant mission later on.
Possible, but this game doesn't do that nearly as much as like 64 or
Fair
Sunshine do.
Is that light how you get rid of the boo?
That's correct. When Ghost take the light. Nah.
The boo.
Do it.
I'm trying. I can't see him. I need to get the camera to adjust so I can actually see the guy again.
Die again, Ghost.
Oh no.
I screwed up.
Oh my goodness.
The boo. I hated that those were bad guys because I think they're so cute. Oh no. It's another one.
Do they have any of the big ones in this game?
I don't recall, dude. I do not remember.
Do
We do not get to any of the later horror levels in this game.
Horror.
That's what we're looking at.
No,
here.
it is.
It's the horror genre. It's just for kids.
It's the spooky.
Spookies. That's a pretty good spooky right there. But we were talking about the interactive elements and kind of like, and I was like, because the problem with the theming is like that it's so intense and the space is so small. I'm like wondering how much like is there to find, and then but of course in the video it's like, oh, there's this underground themed tunnel that Miyamoto walks through. The interactive stuff could really help out with it a lot. But the concern that I have is Nintendo has a ton of IPs, and especially the Universal parks. Like Disney World, they kind of future-proof themselves by buying all that land.
Yeah.
But like all the Universal locations, I know that the one in Orlando specifically is like surrounded on 3 sides by highways. Like they have almost no land left to develop. It's like they're gonna have a hard time building more. And I feel like I read somewhere they're gonna do like a Donkey Kong themed space, which is like that's fine. You know, make it Kong Island themed, and you got not Kong Skull Island, just Donkey Kong Island.
Well, which Donkey Kong Island? Original or 64?
I assume they'll go with. I assume they'll just
They'd have
go
to go with original because 64. Well, no, but 64 shows up in Smash Brothers.
I think they'll just go for the general stylings of Donkey Kong Country aesthetics in general, Joey.
Yeah, but I was texting you about this. It's like the general stylings is inconsistent because it's like
Sure,
you have the stylings
island, nature, palm trees, Joey, slight jungle,
Yeah, I guess
minecart
so.
roller coaster. and a little bit of like red rebar, even though that isn't part of Donkey Kong Country for people who know Donkey Kong because of the arcade game.
For sure.
Oh no, Luigi.
That's all he says here is help. You can't have a little dialogue with him.
He
you
can fit through there.
If he really squeezed. Yeah, I guess, these guys, the Mario characters, they can kind of squash and stretch, so hypothetically they could. They could fit through. You gotta kind of throw yourself down there a little bit, but you can do it. It's okay. You can make it.
that mechanic is what I was talking about. There's a challenge level that's just that.
No.
It's like, oh, it's rough. Oh, you cannot get the coin.
No, that's the point. That's they're debating you.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
You gotta.
Go get that life. Go get that unscrupulous life. There's not gonna be a ghost.
They were not coming fast enough. I think you have to try to. I think you have to go into it as a ghost or something. I forget exactly how you're supposed to get that one up. Maybe you have to. I don't remember what you're supposed to do to get that one.
Maybe try reading the sign.
Written in Buish. I can't read it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I speak dwarf. It says pull. There is something written on the door. Does it say push or pull? It's written in Dwarvish. I speak Dwarvish. It says pull. Whee.
Wait, so why does becoming a boo actually let you read it?
I don't know. You just gain the arcane knowledge.
Come on.
This power up's only in this power up is on the back of the box, and I think it's only in 2 levels.
I was gonna say I completely forgot.
I think you use it in you don't even use it in all of the ghost levels. I think you use it in this level and one other level. It's barely in the game. I love the design. The Boo mustache looks
it's great.
But honestly, this just feels like a precursor to Odyssey.
Yeah.
This feels like something that should be an Odyssey. You should throw your hat on a Boo and take it over. This hardly feels like a power up.
You know, it's been too long since I've had a discussion, and by discussion I mean the rant of why have they not brought back the Kirby, like the good Kirby power system from Kirby 64?
Oh, it's in love with you.
Oh my gosh.
That also happens if you play as a Lady Goomba in Odyssey. This is ahead of its time.
really
a ghost! You cannot reunite with Luigi as a ghost. You gotta go in here once you get past through the grate, and you can turn
Luigi
back in.
has no love for ghosts.
Now the problem is, now Luigi and I are both trapped in here.
No, it's fine.
You finally came. I got lost with the toads. It was terrible. Being the lost part wasn't the problem, but the toads. But no, we were talking about the freaking it would be better to do do the Mario one that's really intensely themed, because that's fine, but then just do another section of Nintendo World that's just like it's theme agnostic, I guess.
Yes.
You can have just go ahead and have the Donkey Kong ride next to the Zelda show, or the Zelda dungeon walkthrough experience escape room, right? Mm-hmm. Do a really elaborate so universal cool. escape room set in a Zelda dungeon.
That would be so cool.
And then do a Star Fox motion simulator. And Joshua was pitching. Joshua was like, do Star Fox this, do F-Zero Arcade. And I was like, excuse me, what are these franchises that you're talking about? But you were freaking saying it was you were saying the Donkey Kong was setting. I'm gonna find our text. Hold on. Joey said, what will save the DK one is if you can access a secret section of the park dedicated to the DK TV show from the 90s.
Oh,
and I said, you have to collect all of the KONG symbols. And then you said, if you collect them all, you just hear the ooh banana 64 coming out of your little wristband. I think that would be fantastic. You have a little red rebar around there, the platforms for the theming around, the old arcade game. And then there's a secret that you unlock secret sections of the park.
See, I think that would be really neat, like the unlocking sections of the park as you interact with it.
But unfortunately, then it's the door just opens and everybody rushes in.
Yes.
Well, that's what we were talking about when Miyamoto pushed the presents and he got coins. We were like, there's a star in the other one. What does the star do? Security can't touch you for 30 seconds. Any employee-only door anywhere you're not supposed to go, they can't mess with you for 30 seconds.
No, even better. It's if you touch an employee while that star is on, then they have
to leave.
They have to
They have to go back to the hockey box from Pac-Man and respawn.
They get knocked out.
Yeet themselves.
They have to hold their breath until they pass out.
And this is where the speedrunning aspect of the park comes in, because stars are randomized, right? So you have to know optimal routing from every location where you could get a star.
You just have to. The real record comes down to RNG, though. That's the problem.
Sure, but there's different objectives from different points in the park, different employee-only doors. You have to know where every employee-only door is to know what the optimal one is to go to based on the star drop that you get.
Oh my lord.
You can pick up my extra life now. You just get a free extra life. Well, you can get. That's the thing. In this game, you're drowning in extra lives, and unlike Mario 64, where every time you reboot the game, That's the worst thing about Mario 64 is you could stock up 100 extra lives, and every time you load your save file again, you just start with 5.
Man, it's the same in Donkey Kong Country because I have a distinct memory of, I think it was 3. It was like I grinded out 99 lives and I was like, I'm good to go. And then I turned it off and got back on. It's like, you have 3 lives.
Yeah.
Aw.
But this game, you stock them even after reloading saves, and it's like every now and then Princess Peach just sends you 5, and you can pick up a free one on the Common Observatory. It's like this. You're just silly. You're lousy with lives in this game. You're not telling me the secret. Then what good are you?
Rude.
Don't make me shake
That's
you
the
down. I'll
one
do
you
it if I
have to get all the stars all to him, don't you?
I think I want to say that he gives you the flight red star.
Yes, that's what I was
the
talking
red that
about.
lets you fly around. I think.
do you get that
You don't
when
have
you
to.
beat
No,
it, or-
no, you get that when I think you've unlocked the full observatory, which is just you have to get to like the last 2 domes, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's about it. I turned off the recording there, but I kept playing it for a second. I've got a picture from Luigi. I got a star, but now I can't get back. This picture shows where I am.
Who took
but
that picture, Luigi?
I'm
How
not
did
gonna.
the letter get there?
Unfortunately, this is the ending of Mario Galaxy Ramble, so it seems like Luigi's just gonna be stuck there forever on this save file until I decide to go back and play more of it. Which in fact, we're gonna save to make sure that he's locked there. He made it back to the observatory, and then he set out on his own, and that was it. Bye-bye, Luigi. No more Mario Galaxy, no more dreams.
So long, gay Bowser.
Oh, well. Joey, thank you for joining us, hanging out, filming this one in person. We obviously didn't really address it, and people have been thinking for the last hour, why are all 3 of them in person filming the last episode of the Mario Galaxy Ramble? I wonder. Maybe you should stick around the Research Runs YouTube channel.
Maybe you'll find out.
And perhaps you'll find out about something in the future. Adios, everybody.
See you later, folks.
Sayonara, wild hearts.